Hello students, today we will be studying on the topic cytological basis of crossing over. Here, two experiments will be discussed, Stern's experiment with Drosophila flies and Creighton and McClintock's experiment in maize. These experiments provide cytological evidence for crossing over. Crossing over is the interchange of chromosomal segments between homologous chromosomes during meiosis. Direct evidence has been provided by Stern in his experiments whilst working with Drosophila flies and Creighton and McClintock's experiment whilst working with maize, wherein they have shown how chromosome exchange parts during crossing over. In the case of Stern's experiment, here he used a mutant strain where female Drosophila fly showed certain genetical features which he utilized in his experiment. The 1X chromosome showed deletion, which is a chromosomal aberration. And this X chromosome also contained recessive mutant genes for carnation eye color and another dominant mutant allele B for bar shape of the eye. The second X chromosome with dominant genes red eye color and round eyes showed another chromosomal aberration, that is translocation. It has a piece of Y chromosome attached to it, due to which this chromosome appeared longer. So one X chromosome appeared shorter when observed under the microscope and the other X chromosome appeared longer because of the translocation. The female flies used carried the allelic pairs in the cis configuration. That is, both the recessive genes were present on one chromosome of the homologous pair and the dominant genes were present on the other chromosome of the homologous pair. So the X chromosomes could be identified, that is, these two X chromosomes could be identified or distinguished from each other and also from the normal X chromosome, because one X chromosome was shorter as a result of deletion, the other X chromosome was longer because of the translocation, and they could be distinguished from the normal X chromosome also. Stern crossed this type of a mutant strain, the female flies of this mutant strain, with the normal male flies having carnation eye color. And the female fly, barred female fly, it produced gametes which were of two types, that is, non-crossover gametes which were two types and single crossover gametes which were of another two types. Then finally, when the cross was done, the progeny observed here were classified as crossover or recombinants on the basis of the phenotype, that is, carnation with normal eye shape and barred with normal red eye color. And they were studied cytologically to see the type of chromosomes which were carrying these genes. And it was found that carnation flies did not have any fragmented X chromosome, but rather had normal X chromosomes of equal length. On the other hand, in the red bar flies, one X chromosome was normal and the other was fragmented. The fragmented X chromosome also had attached part of the Y chromosome. Such chromosome combination in red bar is possible only through the exchange of segments between non-sister chromatids of the homologous chromosomes. So this has proved that genetic crossing over is the result of cytological crossing over. Creighton and McClintock's experiment in maize, here they also used two strains of maize plants. These two strains of maize plants showed differences in their 9th chromosomes. In one strain, the 9th chromosome had a densely staining knob or a satellite at one end and an extra translocated piece at the other end. Let us call it as the cell marker. Because of this, this chromosome, this 9th chromosome appeared longer and it could be identified cytologically. It could be identified under the microscope. The second strain had no knob and no cell marker. In addition, there were two genetical markers that were also used. That is, two genes, one for kernel color and the nature of endosperm, as they are also present in the chromosome number 9. Kernel color showed the dominant genes as colored kernel. The colored kernel is dominant over colorless kernel, which is recessive. As far as nature of endosperm is concerned, the starchy endosperm gene is dominant over waxy endosperm gene. The parents used here were maize plants with knobbed chromosome having the cell marker, colored kernel and waxy endosperm, and they were crossed with maize plants with no knob, no cell marker, colorless kernel and starchy endosperm. Now, when this cross was conducted, the F1 generation which was observed, it showed colored kernel and starchy endosperm, which shows that colored kernel and starchy endosperm are dominant characters. When these F1 plants were used in the test cross, they were test crossed with completely recessive parent, that is, maize plants with colorless kernel and starchy endosperm. And it was observed that in the case of these F1 heterozygotes, they produced two types of gametes. The non-crossover gametes, which were again of two types, and the crossover gametes. Now, ultimately, two types of progenies were observed as a result of this test cross. That is, all colored starchy plants that were observed have knobbed chromosomes. The knob of this chromosome is received from the parent plant. The parent plant were knobbed, they had colored waxy genes, and these genes are passed on to the progeny as a result of the crossing over. Now, the other type of progeny, which was a recombinant type, was colorless with waxy endosperm. These plants did not show the presence of knob, so they were knobless chromosomes, but they had the cell marker. So, and the cell marker received from the parent plant, that was knobbed, colored and waxy, was by crossing over. So, crossing over resulted in the progenies which could be easily identified under the microscope because of their cytological differences. Thank you.